Alright, so now time for segment number 2 of my birthday special for MathewV21688. And as you can see, it's a game of Jeopardy for the Nintendo Wii. I attempted to do this segment earlier, but unfortunately, things kind of took a bit of a turn for the worse after a True Daily Double attempt did not work. So I chose to abandon the game. Let's see how we do this time. Yeah, I hated having to do that, but I hated having to get out of that first attempt.
This is Jeopardy!
Oh well.
Let's meet today's contestants. Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck to all three of you in this Jeopardy round. Here are the categories. Thomas Paine said, "What's the word?" The solar system.
Oh.
The Summer Olympics. Roman art. And pets.
I had 3 of those categories on my first attempt. So
in December of 2006, NASA announced that water may have flowed on this planet's surface within the past decade. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is
Use
Mars?
the Wii remote or press the corresponding key.
Solar system for 400.
Player 1. But in 1980, Hermes, one of these objects, came within 300,000 miles of the Earth. Okay, Player 1.
What is a meteor?
No.
Oh, I got it wrong again!
Any other takers?
I got that one wrong again!
Yes, Player 2.
Believe it!
That's
Asteroid. Oh, I should have remembered that!
Please pick again. Player 2.
Solar System 600. No! Poop Pepsi!
Answer? The Daily Double.
Now I can't say those words.
Okay, here is the clue. On October 10th, 1846, 17 days after the discovery of this planet, its largest moon, Triton, was discovered. You have maintained your lead.
Poop Pepsi!
Player 2, back to you for our next selection. These solar discharges, consisting of light, heat, and cosmic rays, may last up to an hour. It's Player 1.
There are flares. There we go.
Great, you're back into it now. Player 1. In July of 2005, scientists announced the discovery of Eris, a dwarf planet larger than Pluto, in this belt. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Still can't believe I messed up that clue, that other clue
We return
again.
to Player 1. Let's go over to Kelly.
This giant amphitheater was one of the great achievements of Roman art.
Yes, Player 1.
Good
Good for you.
Because of that, I didn't get a
Choose again,
chance of that
Player
daily
1.
double.
Carved in Rome, the Pietà is the only work signed by this sculptor. It's Player 1.
It's Michelangelo.
That's right.
There we go.
You get to pick again, Player 1. In Rome's Cerasi Chapel is Caravaggio's painting of the conversion of this saint. Okay, Player 1.
Who is Saint Matthew?
No.
Arrgh!
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. Paul.
It's Paul. Ugh.
Player 1. A fresco by Raphael shows Pope Leo I pleading with this ruthless barbarian to spare Rome. Player 1.
Who's Attila? Right.
はい。 Right. 。
Right. 。
You get to pick again, Player 1. Let's go over to Kelly. This giant amphitheater was one of the great achievements of Roman art. It's Player 1.
1. 。
Right. You again, player one. Legend has it that Mark Antony's wife stabbed this orator's tongue after his death. Okay, player one.
Brutus.
No.
No!
Anyone else care to try to come up with the correct response? Here's the correct response. Cicero. We return to you, player one. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
Japan scored one of the biggest upsets in Olympic history in 2008, beating the U.S. to win the gold medal in this sport.
It's player one. Right you are. Player one. A platypus was one of the mascots of the 2000 games held in this city.
I'm in the lead, but I should
Yes,
be doing
player
a lot
one.
better than what my score would indicate.
That's it. Please pick again. Different strokes. In 2008, Rebecca Soni won Olympic gold in 200-meter breaststroke. Natalie Coughlin in 100-meter this. Player one.
Side stroke.
Sorry.
Oh, I fudged that one again.
Let's hear it. Player two.
Backstroke.
Select again. With more than 70 million living with American households, this is the most common house pet in the United States. Yes, player one. Good.
I'm in the lead, but I feel like I do terrible.
Player one. This type of parrot that bears the name of a South American river can get used to cooler temperatures. Let's hear it, player one.
It's Amazon.
That is correct. You get to pick again, player one. Often advertised in comic books, see these are actually brine shrimp in suspended animation. Player one.
They're sea monkeys.
Right. Choose again, player one.
Excuse
William
me.
Howard Taft was the last pres to have one of these grazing at the White House. Her name was Pauline Wayne. Okay, player one. Good. Player one. One of the oldest domesticated dog breeds is the Saluki, the royal dog of this ancient people. It's player one.
Who are the Romans?
Any other takers?
I'm usually a lot better than this, but for some reason it's just
Okay,
not
player two.
clicking right now.
Yes.
It's the Egyptians. Now I'm only leading by 200.
Player two. Pick again. The 1972 games at this German city were the scene of terrorism and tragedy. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. You again, player one. Jin Young Lee and Jinmun Park were members of this country's 2008 gold medal winning baseball team. Yes, player one. You got it.
I don't think there's been a single category in this attempt that I have run so
Player
far.
one. On a snail, an omatophore is a stalk with this at the end. It's player one.
Hopefully I can end that trend.
Sorry.
And I cannot. Oh.
Player three. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player two. Yes. Select again. The crisis number one begins. These are the times that try men's these. Okay, player one. Sorry.
definitely not going well. I am leading, but still feels
Let's hear
a
it.
lot
Player two.
better.
Yep. You get to pick again, player two. The fate of Charles I hath only made these individuals more subtle, not more just. Player one? That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. Kings. Player two, back to you for our next selection. No man was a warmer wisher for reconciliation than myself before the fatal 19th of this month, 1775. It's player one.
What is July? Please be right. No.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player three? Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Let's hear it. Player two. Right. Choose again. Player two. In The Rights of Man in 1791, Paine wrote, "The cause of the rebellion in this country is that of the whole world." Okay, player one.
What is Spain?
No.
Wrong. Down to 2,000.
Anyone else?
Some reason they are giving
Yes,
me
player
tough
three.
clues, even though this is supposed to be the easier
That's
one.
correct. You're out of the hole. We return to you, player three. This basic document is the property of a nation and not of those who exercise the government. It's player one. Anyone else
Down to
care to try to come up with
1,000.
the correct response? Let's hear it, player three. Correct.
Constitution.
Player three, you pick again, please. If you set some Chinese punk on fire, it's because Chinese punk is this, from the Latin for set on fire. Okay, player one.
What is gunpowder?
No, that's not.
Wrong! And I'm down to 600.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Oh.
Player two. Hey, you're right. Please pick again. Player two. Let's take it over to Kelly.
When light passes through a prism, it splits into its various colors. The visible one of these.
It's player one.
What is a rainbow?
No.
Now I've
Any
lost
other
all my
takers?
money.
The correct response is a spectrum. You again, player two. It's the medium on which you're traveling if you're in a hoy. Yes, player one.
What is air?
That's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Minus 800. Oh dear.
We're talking about water. Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. If you've got quinsy, also known as tonsillitis, you've got swelling in this part of your body. Okay, player one.
The throat.
Good. And you're back into some
I'm
money.
going to be picking first.
Player one, you're going first in the Double Jeopardy round when we return.
First in Double Jeopardy. You really have to make a move.
We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Lacked. Death of an author. How about a little romance language? Sports quotes. Turn, turn, turn. And mobilized. Player 1. Johnny Logan. We're honoring one of the all-time greats in baseball. Stan the Man him. He's immoral. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Stan Musial.
Right. Player 1. Back. This Hall of Fame 1970s Reds catcher was thinking about making a comeback until I pulled a muscle vacuuming. Player 1.
Who's Johnny Bench?
That is correct. You again, Player 1. He made Bartlett's with, if people don't want to come out to the ballpark, nobody's going to stop them. Yes, Player 1.
Who's Daffy Dean?
No, that's not right. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. Yogi Berra. You get to pick again, Player 1. This 1950s Yankee manager said of a pitcher, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't chase women, and he don't win. It's Player 1. No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? The correct response is Casey Stengel. Player 1. At a dinner, Redskins running back John Riggins begged this Supreme Court justice, "Baby, loosen up." Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. You've got some money again.
Okay.
Please pick again, Player 1. Around the Vatican, you might be able to practice this source language of all Romance languages. Okay, Player 1.
What is Latin?
That's it. Player 1. Of Catalan, Bulgarian, or Romanian, the one that is not a Romance language. Player 1. Right. We return to you, Player 1. Like a loon's, a tern's feet have this feature, yet terns are not notable swimmers. Yes, Player 1. No. Anyone else? Here's what we wanted. Webbing. Choose again, Player 1. A mechanical device used to indicate musical tempo.
What is a metronome?
It's Player 1. Correct. Player 1. Fly agaric is one of these spore-producing fungi of the Basidiomycetes class. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What was mold?
No. Any other takers? Yes, Player 3. Good for you. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. The sooty tern is about 16 inches long, with a white forehead, and is otherwise this color above and white below. Okay, Player 1.
Black.
Good. Select again. This geographic tern's 20,000-mile trip gives it the longest migration of any bird. Player 1?
It's the Arctic tern.
Yes. Please pick again.
And
And
this time I get to say
you're in second
words.
now, but you have an opportunity to answer this. Terns eat insects, small fish, and this type of arthropod, whose name comes from the Latin for hard-shelled ones.
Or crustacean.
You are now in first place. Player 1, back to you. It's the most widely spoken Romance language in the world. It's Player 1.
What is Spanish?
Right you are. We return to you, Player 1.
There's the other daily double.
And sir, the second daily double. And you have the lead. So, what's your wager?
Well, I'll try again.
And the daily double clue. Ligurian, Lombard, and Piedmontese are all dialects of this Romance language.
What is Italian?
That puts you even
That's
further.
right.
You again, Player 1. It can be a powerful person in entertainment, or a member of a Muslim dynasty that once ruled India. Okay, Player 1.
What is Mogul?
Yes.
There we go.
Player 1, back. Someone who moves from relationship to relationship is a serial one. Yes, Player 1.
What is monogamous?
That's right, way to go. Player 1, you pick again, please. An anarchist named Bresci killed King Umberto of this country in 1900. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is Spain?
Oh,
No,
sorry.
that's not it.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Well, I have recovered nicely.
Here's the correct response. Italy. Select again. She died on July 18th, 1817, after dealing with some pride and prejudice in her day. It's Player 1.
What is Jane Austen?
Yep. You get to pick again, Player 1. Named for the sea between Southeast Europe and Asia, this 21-inch long bird is one of the largest kinds of tern. Player 1?
What is the Caspian tern?
That's correct.
It's 19,200.
Choose again, Player 1. This large tube-shaped pasta is often stuffed with cheese and baked with a tomato sauce. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is macaroni?
That's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Manicotti.
Oh.
Player 1. Pick. This extinct Romance language of Croatia shares its name with a dog breed. It's Player 1.
What is Doberman?
Nope.
Down to 15,200.
Here's what we were looking for. Dalmatian.
Oh, I started to say that.
Player 1. Back. Mexico, 1940. Looks like this former number 2 man under Lenin in Russia got whacked, literally. Yes, Player 1.
Who's Stalin?
No, that's not.
No, that's wrong.
Any other takers?
Oh man, now I'm going the wrong way again.
Okay, Player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 2. Good. Choose again. Player 2. Brother Ike took a powder as Billy of this family was gunned down at the OK Corral. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Latin?
Right. Player 1. Back to you. This soon-to-be saint was killed by 4 of Henry II's men after excommunicating some bishops and barons. It's player 1.
Thomas A. Becket.
You got it.
17,200 once again.
You get to pick again. Patrice Lumumba helped the Congo gain independence from this country in 1960. He was killed less than a year later. Yes, player 1.
It was Belgium.
Correct. We return to you, player 1. It was this author, not the wallpaper, who went on November 30th, 1900. Player 1?
It was Mark Twain.
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Okay, player 3. That is correct.
I second-guessed myself again.
On September 28, 1891, he died in New York City after a whale of a life. Let's hear it, player 1.
It was Herman Melville.
Yes.
Author of Moby Dick.
You again, player 1. After October 19, 1745, he would make no more modest proposals. Here's the response we were looking for. Jonathan Swift. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. No amount of electricity could reanimate her on February 1st, 1851. It's player 1.
It was Mary Shelley.
Correct.
Right.
Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy.
Final Jeopardy, rather, 19,200.
Final Jeopardy still to come, and here's the category. The 1970s. Please enter your wager. Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. The Final Jeopardy clue is as follows. For an historic February 1972 trip, Richard Nixon and Henry Kissinger each learned to use these. Nixon was better at it.
There are chopsticks.
What did you put as your response?
Chopsticks.
And that correct response
Yeah.
would add...
She was 1405, so she goes to 4405.
What did you say?
Skis. Wrong.
And that will set you back.
But she only lost $50. She goes down to 4350.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Chopsticks.
With that correct response, you will gain...
So I add 10,800 to that. So Matt, you're going to get $30,000 from this game of Jeopardy.
Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion.
Oh, it's tough at the beginning, but I managed to recover and get the win, and that's what's important. See you for segment number 3.